Growing up, I think there were two major influences on what would later be fondly described by many as my obsession with Asian culture. The first was my kindergarten crush, Alice Pelling. Wherever you are now, I really hope you're doing well. Um, but yeah, the second and more formative was hearing my mum's stories about her childhood in Singapore, what was then Malaya, and Thailand. And the way she would tell these things and the interest and the passion of these places that were just so exotic always really appealed to me. And when I went to Japan, I'd always planned to spend some time in Southeast Asia as well, but it was always just that little bit far away, and we never got long enough holidays to really do it right. So when Mum very suddenly passed away 3.5 months ago now, one of my first decisions when we were discussing what happened next was that I wanted to take her back to Southeast Asia, to Singapore, to this place that had formed so many childhood memories for her. And I spent the next couple of months very intricately planning my journey. And what you're about to watch is just that. It's me retreading my mum's childhood, going to places that I've heard so much about, and just having that little bit of time with her, saying goodbye to her and sharing memories and making some of my own. So I hope you enjoy this little travelogue as it is. You will notice technically I finally worked out how to use the camera properly about day 4. But yeah, here is my time in Southeast Asia. Enjoy. Okay, hello, good morning. It's just come up to 5 a.m. over here in Singapore. I am safely arrived. I'm looking a bit like a mad professor because I went to bed at like 10 o'clock local time last night, and obviously I'm thrown. I mean, me waking up at 5 normally, fine. Anyway, I figured that it would probably be better to do a kind of daily vlog this time rather than what I've done previously and just uploaded stuff to stories, because internet's going to cost me £8 a day over here if I use roaming, so I'll only have it while I'm in sort of Wi-Fi areas. But yes, I am arrived. The journey was ridiculous. Actually, it wasn't too bad until Istanbul. Got to Istanbul, and it was meant to be 2:10 in the morning, I think, local time, obviously, was the plane originally, and transpired that it was delayed, and then it was overbooked. So as we were getting on, they were offering us like hotels and go, oh, would you like to come tomorrow? We will give you €500. And I'm like, no. So I got on the plane. I had booked my extra leg space room because I am a giant man, and sat down, and then a very rude, not even one of the air stewards, I think he was one of the airport staff, basically went, you have to move because there is family sitting here. I said, are you going to move me to an extra leg space room? And he's like, no. I said, well, you can move me to business class then. And he said, no, it's full. I said, it's full because you've overbooked it. So I ended up for 10 hours being very, very fucking cramped. I will never fly Turkish Air again. The seating is horrible. And yeah, I just think overbooking your flight and then treating your guests like that. I have written a shitty email, which is quite unlike me, but it was genuinely the worst flight I've ever experienced. So great. But on positives, I am here now. staying at the Hard Rock, which it's cool. I haven't really had much of a explore yet. I'll just give you a quick tour of the room. I've just realised I can't turn it around while it's this one. So here is the room. It's pretty swanky. I really like that. And there's this guitar pick rug, which is cool. In fact, the best thing about it so far is my slippers. Got 2 pairs of these. So I'm going to use one and take one home. 2 coffee making facilities, lovely. Really swanky bathroom, which is quite cool. But yeah, so I'm here. I had a quick drink at the bar last night just to sort of detox. Oh yeah, the really best part of this is the view over the bay. I don't actually know what I'm looking at yet, but that could be factories, but it looks pretty at night. I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment. My plan for today, breakfast doesn't start for another couple of hours because I'm still on whatever weird time I'm on. So yeah, I'm gonna go and have breakfast, and then plan is I'm gonna take Mum up to Harper Gardens, the Tiger Palm Park, and then after that I'm gonna go for a very big long nature walk up on the northern coast of the island, and then I can't remember what was after that, dang it. Oh, I'm going to start with the cable car, sorry, because I'm on Sentosa Island, which is the smaller, almost theme parky bit, I suppose. The really touristy bit by hence the Hard Rock Cafe. So yeah, I'm going to take the cable car across the sea, and then take Mum to the gardens, and then go up to the nature reserve, and then go from there, because I'll be honest, that's probably going to take most of the day. And then I'm going to do more of the touristy stuff tomorrow, like the Merlion and all of that. But yeah, there we go. There's the plan for the day. As I said, this is how I'm going to do my blogging probably. We'll see what happens. I'll take some videos along the way. Might edit them together. We'll see. We'll see. But yes, bye for now. So, very tired and very sweaty. I am now on my way back to the hotel, having clocked in about 35,000 steps today. I'm currently riding the cable car. I did take some videos of this morning, but I thought it was a nice way to end the day, video, whatever. So this is the cable car, which is really high. And also, really cool, sponsored by Pokemon right now, so that's fab. So today has been amazing. Started off with a breakfast of bao buns and beef rendang, because what else would you have for breakfast in Singapore? I've learned that Singaporeans are some of the loveliest and most helpful people you'll ever meet, and it's just been amazing. Clips to follow. I'll edit this when I get back to the hotel, but there have been so many monitor lizards and what I think might have been a freaking Komodo dragon. I started the day with a walk around Sentosa Island, and then went to the Labrador Nature Reserve, which was really beautiful. Then went to the Tiger Balm Gardens, and that was pretty magic. It was the place that Mum always used to bang on about. I had a really cool guided tour, just me and a couple of other tourists, which was really nice and really personal. And then went to the botanical gardens. I've yet to find any otters, I've yet to find any monkeys, snakes or crocodiles. So I'm going to start off tomorrow at the wetlands, and go for a wander up there. And then I think I'm going to do the commercial area of town, raffles, whatnot. But yeah, keep watching, because here's some clips of the day, and here's a clip of the bay somewhere. And do you like that Pokemon? Right, yes. Ciao. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm talking to something. There is something in the trees. I don't know what. I think it might be tiny monkeys. I haven't actually managed to spot anything yet, but yeah. Just walking along the beach, there's this fucking great monitor lizard, and it's eating a crab. So it kind of made sense, what with coming here for Mum and all, when I saw the name of this particular nature reserve, that I pay a little bit of a tribute to someone else as well. So here we are at the Labrador Nature Reserve, because we know a Labrador that loved a nature reserve. Let's go and see if we can find some beasties. So something I'm really liking is, obviously, you know, we had the British occupancy, and there's a lot of these little things, like this is an old gun emplacement, and it's just totally overgrown again, and I like that. I like that a lot. Some wild chickens, why not? Just a line of ants. Quite amazing. Actually, I don't know where they're going, where they're coming from, but they are busy working. Very nicely. He is one of the most terrifying spiders I have ever seen. And I don't want to get any closer because I've got no idea what he is. But yeah, moving away now. Moving away. So I'm very sweaty, I'm very hot. I've already walked 20,000 steps today, but I've just arrived at Harpur Villa, there we go, formerly known as the Tiger Balm Gardens. This was Mum's favourite place to visit as a kid, and I've wanted to come here for forever. So we got freaky statues that come in. I can never work out how to do it this way around. But yeah, expect more inside. So I'm here in the gardens. This is some crazy shit. Gonna have to get someone to explain to me what the hell this is all about. Yeah, there's also little squirrels running around. I don't know if you can see them. They're really cute, like chipmunky things. But yeah, this is nuts. And over here, just past the Statue of Liberty, and this frog, and these guys over here, we have a pagoda. And under the pagoda, look at all these towels. So friggin' many of them. So we're now in the Courts of Hell, which I've heard many stories of. I've just had a guided tour actually, which was really good. But this is where you're judged, and then you go to one of these bridges, gold one if you're going on to heaven and whatnot, the silver one if you're going to get reincarnated, and then there's another one if you've been a bit of a douchebag, and that's where we're going to go now. So yeah, charming depictions. Plenty of torture. More torture. Someone being judged over here. Again. Pound of cold ice. We've got disembowelment. I believe that guy over there is getting his knob ripped off, which is lovely. Over here. Oh, someone being pressed with spikes. That's lovely. More pressing.
into Putney, wasn't it, in the Crucible? This is what happens to lawyers and credit agents. Apparently, they get put on spikes, which is delightful. What have we got over here? Oh, guy's getting cut in half. That's a good one. But yeah, I can definitely see why this stuck with Mum as a kid. More disembowelment. This guy's literally being sawn in half. That's wow. Got disembodiment, delightful, and then this is where you get judged if you're going to get reincarnated. So this guy's going to be a rabbit, this guy's going to be a sheep, and then finally you have a cup of tea, and that cup of tea wipes your memory of everything, and you get reincarnated. So yeah, as I said, it's bizarre, it's weird, and I can see why Mum bloody loved it. So after coming out of hell, we're met with this, which is all about the importance of family, and apparently you should abandon your baby and let your grandmother breastfeed on you, which is interesting. Yeah, it's some of them are really cool, some of them are just absolutely bizarre. These are quite nice. Don't know what's going on over here. And then we just got a nice hill over there, which, yeah, okay.
Crab people, fight like crabs, look like people.
So I've got a totally different kind of lizard here, but it's also huge. I don't know what you are, but you are cool. I mentioned earlier about these squirrels that are really cute and like chipmunky things. I've just seen one of these sort of jumping. I don't know if they're a type of flying squirrel, possibly, but yeah, he's really cute. And now he's gone. So I'm currently hiding in the shade because it's just ridiculous with the heat now. The sound you can hear is a waterfall somewhere over there. But I've just picked up obviously chili crab is a very famous delicacy in Singapore, but as many of you will know, I have a weird aversion to the shellfish still in the shell. I don't know, it's this similar thing to meat on the bone. But I am a big fan of local pastries and just all of that. So what I've got is essentially a bun filled with chili crab. It's pretty good. Okay, here's another one. I'm currently on the lookout for otters. Yeah, there's a whole lake here, so I'm hoping I'm going to find some of these elusive otters. But for now, check out that freaking dinosaur. So this one beats everything else we've seen so far. Editor's note, that's not a Komodo dragon. It's a very large Malayan monitor lizard, as are the ones that were on the beach and the one that was lounging in the river. The one that was digging under the tree was a clouded monitor. When standing here about this altar, I knew that words would surely falter. So how to find the things to say? I think, and she, no better way than stoke up that creative kiln and channel Kipling, Blake and Milne. So Lydia, where to start? A woman of tremendous heart who went by many names so charming as Gonzo, Lyd and Mummy Darling, whose laugh you couldn't fail to hear, no matter just how far or near. She loved to cook and more to bake, each year a brand new birthday cake. The pinnacle H, just for you, was tears at that fat Pikachu. A love of song like Turks Ran Free with Stewart, King, Ross and Bowie. And Disney films I can't express, my love for Croydon Multiplex. A memory, my first I think, with orange lolly and a drink. A rainy day she took young me to fall in love. under the sea. For years, EastEnders' biggest fan. You ain't my mother. Yes, I am. A woman who was so house proud that mess was simply not allowed. The reason for this, plain to see, the Queen was on her way to tea. And words when speaking so refined as pot, buppy, bonk and swine would clash with how we speak today. No, please, Mum, you just can't say. She'd shudder at the thought of snails and reprimand my fingernails on finding mags beneath my bed. Never a word was ever said, but neatly stacked in piles instead. For keeping Mum was truly apt. Each problem was a secret pact, for ne'er a woman ever did so much for us, her bloody kids. Cleaning sick bowls, soothing spots, wiping bogies, washing socks, or spending hours tying bows on costumes for events or shows. She'd drive around all over town, yes, sometimes in her dressing gown. Remembered every little thing, the silly presents she would bring, and though she hated sci-fi stuff, still knew it all. Well, knew enough to send a random text that said, "Watch this new show with Tony Head." So Mum, you've been there through the years, through drama, heartbreak, laughs and tears. To criticise, you had a knack, and compliment behind my back. So what to do now you're not here? Do what you taught me. Persevere. I'll be the man to make you proud. I'll stand up straight. I'll sing out loud. I'll finish off your bucket list and add some things you might have missed. I've come to Singapore, next Rome. For you, I'll finish Game of Thrones. The final words, no jokes, no digs. Go home and feed those guinea pigs. Thanks, Mum. So I am on my way back on the metro. I'm not being a dick, there's actually like nobody on here right now. It's been a very long and hot and sweaty and rainy day. More on that in a bit. But yeah, the metro has very much become my friend. And also, it's got Tom and Jerry on your card. So yeah, it's been a great day. Lots of walking, crocodile hunting. See how that went, and lots of touristy stuff, crossed off raffles and a lot of the touristy places. So yeah, here's what happened today. Enjoy. So I've just arrived at the Kranji Reservoir Nature Reserve. It's a little bit more drizzly today. It's not too bad at the moment. We did have a bit of a typhoon first thing this morning, which would have put a dampener on today, haha. But actually, this is probably perfect weather for going and hunting crocodiles. As I said, I've just arrived. One thing I must say is all of the nature reserves are so well maintained, like the paths and everything, which is brilliant. But yeah, wish me luck. I'm not going to lie, as brave as I am, walking through these mangroves with signs like this, every single sound I hear is making me jump at the moment. It's quite a bizarre experience, but I am determined to find one. So I thought this was a nice thing to share. That is my first view of Malaysia, just across the straits. I think it's a Johor Bahru, I think it's pronounced, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll be passing through there on Saturday. So currently high above, but what's really cool is this, which is a storm
protection pod. But yeah, somewhere down there. Gonna find him.
Yeah, not a crocodile, but we've got another one of these really pretty wild chickens. With what I was saying about the well-maintained, I'm really amused because it feels like I've just walked into Tomb Raider. This is cordoned off, but yeah, a tree's fallen down on this rope bridge, and then the wild has taken it back, as the wild tends to do. So I guess we'll find another route. I don't know how long we're going to be able to see this, but that there is an absolutely enormous mud skipper. Now there's a whole program around here about protecting the mud skippers. It's probably about as close as I'm going to get to one, but yeah, just thought that was really quite cool. As you can probably hear, it is absolutely chucking it down. I've taken shelter in one of the storm hides. Gonna see if it passes up. If not, I might have to brave it. It's not dreadful, but I mean, if I'm lucky, something might wander across. We don't know. But yeah. Something here. I think it's a monitor lizard, actually. Yeah, it's a monitor lizard. He's having a sleep. So I'm going to go very carefully around him. Very carefully around him. Bye-bye, monitor lizard. Some birds have short faces. Some birds have long faces. Just up in this high hide at the moment, and thought I'd share this lovely view of the mangroves and whatever these birds are. Some kind of heron or egret, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a crocodile out there somewhere. Probably lots of them. So I'm having a chat with this guy here, and I've just explained to him he's really cool, but he's just not a crocodile, and this is disappointing. Any other time he'd be awesome, but not right now. Well, unfortunately, no crocodiles, so rather disappointed and bedraggled. I'm going to head back into the city, and we're going to go and have lunch at Raffles, I think. So, yeah. Absolutely no idea what this is, but it's pretty cool. It seems like some kind of playground or something, because there's something vaguely military looking over there, and it's opposite the Majula Singapura, whatever that is. So I figured I'd stop for a minute and actually give you a view of the cityscape as it is. There's the banking district behind me. Right there is the Merlion. I've just been up there. But yeah, I've just had typical back in Asia. I've had one man stop me and ask me to sign his shirt. I don't know if he thinks I'm someone famous or just a giant man. And then a group of school children asked me to write in their little memo book a message in my mother tongue. And we're very happy, very charming, very excited about it. So again, giant man back in Asia, always fun. But yes, I don't know if we can see it as well. We've also got 3 towers with a ship on the top. I believe it's a casino. But yeah. So today has been really something very special. I'm currently in my little glamping pod. The manatee tank. It's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
is behind me right now. More on them in a bit. And it's quite amazing when you consider 6 months ago I'd never even seen a manatee in real life, and now I'm sleeping with them. But yeah, today I've had a tour of the zoo and behind the scenes and everything. It's been great. I've kind of had a very personal experience. It was just me, a couple of older ladies and one of the keepers, and they've just been great. So yeah, go and watch what I've done. Yeah. So I realised before I check out, I should probably actually give you a view of the view. It's pretty stunning. This is, I think this is the aquarium that's attached to Universal and that. You've got some factories up there, but we'll ignore them because there's a beautiful cityscape up there. And this is the only tall ship in Southeast Asia, apparently. Why there's only one, I don't know. But yeah, there's the cable cars that I did the other day as well. Look how high they are! Yes, but checking out shortly and heading off to the zoo.
I have no idea what this is, but it's fucking amazing. It's spicy, it's fragrant, it's brilliant.
For every autumn, there will be a different patch. They'll be different from our local ones. Don't eat, he's the one who doesn't want to eat this now. Okay, try that one. This one? 좋아.
Hello. Approximately 5 minutes and a go. Thank you, Mom. Now, folks, these gentle creatures, they are the amazing array of animals that make the Amazon their home. So we hope you have enjoyed the animals you met today. Also, remember their stories, appreciate the challenges they face every single day just to survive.
He's actually by one of the keepers. Yes, one of the keepers right up there actually, just the boat ride. Keeper had seen him or had heard something and found this tiny little baby just about the size of your hand. Ethan, come, come. Okay. Thank Ethan. Good. Yeah.
This is pretty special. I've never seen a panda before, so there's two here. The other one's gone to bed. But yeah. Nom nom nom.
Yeah, is it?
It's still go up there. So in Chinese, he's called the Wawa Yi. Yi means fish. Wawa is cry, right?
So this is a Vietnamese pond turtle. There are only 50 left in the wild, and the colony they have here is crucial for keeping the species going, which is really cool. Cute. We've got horseshoe crabs here, and they're all in pairs. And apparently in Malay, they say that people go together like horseshoe crabs. So, very cute. He's a catfish. Again, no idea what this is, but it looks pretty darn good. This is my home for the evening. my 4-person tent. I haven't looked in my goodie bag yet, but I've got some manatees there. But we have manatee enclosure over here. They are being fed at the moment, so they've disappeared for the minute. But yeah, pretty amazing into the day.
Oh!
So I'm heading back to the hotel now. I am in Malaysia, a completely different country, and already it's totally different, it's totally weird. Their bacon is made of beef, that's a thing. But yeah, Singapore was amazing. The zoo, the 2 days there, it really was just wonderful, and I will be leaving a lovely review. And I think the thing that really sort of hit home today, looking at especially the primates and that, and seeing them so active and happy to be where they are outside, and because this is their climate, this is where they belong. And you know, as I said in another clip somewhere, the just the care and the enrichment they give them is brilliant. It's a genuinely amazing zoo. And Singapore overall, genuinely amazing. It was then a 4.5-hour coach journey to Malacca. Had to do customs at the bridge, which was fun. Yeah, I'm here now. I'm gonna have a proper explore tomorrow. I'm gonna go and hit the hay because I am bloody knackered. But I just thought this was quite a nice place to sign off for the night. And there is a sign right behind me. Can't zoom in. That says welcome to historic city of Malacca. So we will explore said city tomorrow, and yeah, here's what's happened today. So this is the morning, just outside the manatees. It is pretty amazing, actually. And if we take a wander over here, we've spotted some actual wildlife. We've got, where is he? Gecko just up there, and hiding in the corner, I'm definitely not getting close, are some bats. Ooh, spooky. There's like bat shit everywhere as well. Shit over here, because there's absolutely loads of them hiding up there. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. Just a monkey over there, monkeying around. So this enclosure is amazing. You've got otters running around over there. You've got the younger orangutans. There's the big daddy kind of hiding behind there. There's a gibbon. But yeah, it's amazing because like all of these walkways and stuff up here, they're pretty much free to roam. So don't have to go indoors. There he is. The absolutely terrifying thing is, this is what I was looking for the other day. I'm not sure you can really comprehend the size of this. So I'm kind of glad I didn't see one in the wild, actually. Well, this is about as close to home as we can see some babirusa. But for now, let sleeping hogs lie. So it would appear that snapping turtles have the most boring sex ever, because they look utterly flawed. So I guess no trip to Southeast Asia would be complete without some elephants. But we will not be riding any because we are very much against that. So it's quite nice to see them just chilling out somewhere that they're properly taken care of.
in the zoo. They're just wild, running around. And I guess some of these are the chirpings I was hearing in the trees the other day. But yeah, in fact, I think there's some above me. Yeah, it's awesome. So much cooler than squirrels. So we've got a Komodo dragon here, safely behind, fences. I genuinely think the monitor lizard I saw the other day was bigger than this. But maybe he's not fully grown. I don't know. So I've just spoken to the keepers at the Komodo, and they claim that the ones here have grown to their enclosure, so they're not going to get any bigger, and the ones in the wild do get bigger. I don't know. I think that my monitor lizard the other day was just a giant. I don't know. There's a colony of rufuses. I wanted to show these free roaming orangutans. They're literally like this tree is here, and they're just up there hanging out. It's pretty awesome. It's a skink. Skinky skink skink. Sat at the edge of this hawker centre, going to catch the coach to Malaysia very shortly, and I've been sat talking with 3 lovely old locals who just wanted to know everything about me, wanted to share their stories, and that's something that I've really enjoyed in Singapore. Is everyone wants to talk, everyone wants to share stories with you, and they're just so friendly and open and really lovely people. So it's just been a really great experience, and apparently Malaysia's even more chilled, so I'm looking forward to crossing the bridge, and I'll see you there. So it's goodbye to Singapore, and hello Malaysia. Nice and quick. So this is the hotel in Malacca, the Bali Sea View Residences. So I'm going to assume when it's not dark outside, I'll be able to see Indonesia over there. But it's quite cool. It's like an actual apartment. So yeah, it's funky. Got my family room, as seems to be the way everywhere. Bathroom through there. I've realised we're in a country where everyone loves a shower toilet. This actually goes through and round to my laundry, so I can do some cleaning. But yeah, right, we're off to explore the town because I'm really hungry. I've arrived in Malacca. I am at the Jonker night market, just having an explore. It is crazy. Crazy hot, and I've just got myself a durian, frozen durian. It's alright. I don't know if it's a love it or hate it thing. It's pretty good. So maybe I love it. I don't know. I am in Hard Rock, Malacca, because I was really disappointed with the hotel overall. I'll give a full rating once I've stayed in a few more. But they didn't even have a cafe. It's weird. So I'm getting my food on, and it's going to cost next to nothing. Like the legendary burger here is like less than 10 quid, as opposed to the 25 that it is in London. So I'm going to get some grub on, and I'll catch you in a bit.
So it's sunset in Malacca. I think I'm pronouncing it right finally. This is the sea view from the Bali Sea View residences, by the way. There is a sea view. It's a bit far away, but I must say, Malacca was the point in the journey that I was sort of least excited about. Mostly because I just didn't know anything about the place. But it's been really, really interesting. It's such a cultural hodgepodge, and I've been on 2 different tours of sorts, one on the river, one on a tuk-tuk, which was really exciting. Certainly not a town for pedestrians. There's not even pavements, which is really weird for me because I like walking places, and but that said, getting a taxi, they have a thing called Grab here, which is basically Southeast Asian Uber. It's nothing. Everything is so freaking cheap. It's insane. Like a taxi from here to Hard Rock last night, for example, was 14 ringgit, which is like £1.20. Everything is crazy cheap. I think I've spent less than 30 quid today on 2 tours, on lunch, on everything. But yeah, Malacca, it's nice. It's kind of a sleepy town. It reminds me a lot of Yanai, kind of rural, but certainly a lot more trafficky. But yeah, here's what I've done today. I hope you enjoy. Tomorrow I am off to Port Dickson to stay in the world famous Hibiscus, so I am really looking forward to that. So I'll see you then. So I'm just waiting for a boat trip. I hope you can hear that, because there must be a mosque nearby. It's the call to prayer.
Yang tidak menggunakan paku, tetapi tampak untuk menyambungkan seruput-seruput kayu dan lantainya hitam. Campakan paku sebagai kawasan biadab yang telah dibangunkan.
Just had my river cruise. I've got no idea what was going on, but it was lovely. It looks like a really nice town. I'm just now retracing the course pretty much, because there was a few things I wanted to check out on the way. So yeah, this is very different from Singapore. Very different, very relaxed, very chilled. Still bloody hot, but yeah. Catfish. Half cat, half fish, but all catfish. Little dude. I'm really enjoying this river walk. So some kind of rodenty thing, just swimming along. Probably going to get eaten by something bigger in a minute. I don't know why I really like this, but cactus graffiti. And I believe those are papaya. This is lunch today. I've got some kind of noodle thing, some beef rendang. Already started on my prawns, which are just amazing. This is the most refreshing thing imaginable on a day like today. It's like ginger, mint, lemongrass. Don't know why it's blue, but yeah, fucking food. We have here what remains of the old fort. We are in Malacca, a World Heritage City. And if we turn around here, we have St. Francis Church. Yeah, it's interesting, the sort of European influences mixed with the Asian side of stuff. It's quite bizarre in a lovely way. On the topic of East meets West, this is just quite strange. I don't know if you can see there's tuk-tuks kind of over there somewhere. We've got the church, this clock tower,
moving around. Over there, there's the long ship, tall ship. So I dispute the claim that that one in Singapore was the only one in Southeast Asia. We have this little, I'm sure what that is, cows, and then a freaking windmill. So yeah, just a bizarre hodgepodge, all punctuated by Hard Rock, where we were last night. This aeroplane thing, taking a pit stop on my tuk-tuk tour. Very random sudden decision, but I thought, why the fuck not? But dear God, he must be very, very fit, because, well, I weigh a ton on my own. But yeah, it's really cool actually. So yeah, heading back there now. Driver Miji, give us a wave. This is like the oldest part of town. This is the Formosa, I guess because it's famous. We've got a museum over here. And yeah, it's lovely.
I didn't find them in Singapore, but we've got them here.
So today has been strangely one of the most emotional days of the trip so far. I've arrived in Port Dickson, and as you'll see from the videos to come, I am in a place that I never believed I could possibly be. Yeah, it is. It's been rightly pointed out that yeah seems to be my comment for a lot of things, but it certainly is today. It's quite funny. I've taken a lot of cabs and things, and throughout the journey, and exacerbated even more so by checking into where I am now, and the receptionist going, "Can I have the passports for all of the adults that are staying?" And I said, "It's just me." And she goes, "Really?" I said, "Yep." They've got a real thing about solo, one person, yes, it's just one person. It's just me and the person that I'm spiritually bringing with me. So, thanks, Mum, for all of this. Yeah, enjoy. So I've arrived at the Hibiscus in Port Dickson. Can't check in just yet, but just taking things in. I'm staying in one of these, but over the other side with a sea view, and it's a real holy shit. Yeah. Okay, so I had to share this because this is awesome. I'm just sat in one of the hotel bar cafes, having a nice latte with a lovely thing. Now, I just asked the lady, what are these straws made of? Because they are plant-based apparently and utterly biodegradable, and they don't go soggy like the paper ones we have, and they're made of rice and you can eat them, which is so cool. My home for the next 3 days. It's pretty damn swanky. That's a huge wall screen. I'll work out how to use that in a minute. If we go through here, we have toilet and shower. That's the ocean. And then through here, we lead out onto my private pool, my sauna. I'm not sure I'll need it in this weather. And then this, which is just breathtaking, actually. Yeah. There is nothing more liberating and could possibly make you feel like a wealthy person when you're not than swimming around completely naked in your private sea view swimming pool. So I'm just at the balcony bar. There is nobody here. I guess that's the thing about having a bar in a non-drinking country. But I just wanted to show you the view of the resort. I'm in the main tower right now. I believe I am in there somewhere. But yeah, it's just, that's why it's called the hibiscus, because it's a giant flower. So it is the end of day 2 in the Alexis Hibiscus in Port Dickson. I've done my very best to have a lazy day, which, as most of you will know, is very difficult for me to do because I very quickly get restless. But I think it's been a much needed kind of halfway point pit stop. Sorry, I thought I saw a gecko over there, and it's not, I don't think. But yeah, it's sort of, I think had I kept on going at the rate I was going, I would have burnt out. So it's been a much needed breathing day before heading off to Kuala Lumpur and then Bangkok. And yeah, I've kind of been a resort tourist today. I've eaten, I've gone and been pampered, I've lounged in my pool, I've gone to the bar and listened to some questionable music, and I've got myself a bag of nips, which are either vaguely sexual or vaguely racist. I'm not sure, but they're pretty good. They're like M&Ms, but where are we? That way. Yeah, they're like M&Ms, but peanut and raisin. So yeah, here's what I've been doing today. Enjoy.
Of course, the counterbalance to being in the tropics is this is the sound of a tropical thunderstorm passing over at 6 in the morning. And then this is what we wake up to. Just amazing.
But I tell you what, there is nothing like jumping in a swimming pool first thing in the morning. Very refreshing. I'm off to breakfast now. It is so much more clement today. I think the thunderstorms last night rather cleared the mugginess out of the air. But I'm having a pamper day today. I'm going to go and have a spa day, because why not? So I'll see you there. So I've just had the most incredible massage, as you can tell by the state of my hair. Yeah, I don't know what she did to my arms, but it was like my hands were suddenly free. It was amazing. So I'm just getting a little Japanese lunch. I'm enjoying this chill day. It's much needed halfway through the adventure, I think.
So what's quite incredible is actually just how warm this water is. I'm not going any further in because last time I got any deeper into ocean waters, I got stung by a jellyfish, and I'm very aware that there is a lot of things in this water that could do a lot more damage. But it's quite pleasant just dipping my toes.
So, when I was a kid, something that really used to annoy Mum was the amount of things that I would collect on the beach. And I did take a shell from the little cove that I took her to in Singapore. But I just wanted to share this one because this is just amazing. I need to find out what it is because it's really cool. But yeah, nearly trod on it, so hence why I don't go deeper into the sea. But yeah. Crabs! We've just taken a bit of a walk a bit further out of the resort to this second beach, and it's red. Any geologists out there want to tell me why this beach is so red? I would appreciate it. It's beautiful. It's very, very red. On that, however, just to go a bit Attenborough for a minute, this is high tide line, and that is pretty depressing when you're in one of the most beautiful places in the world and you realise just how much we are fucking this planet. Okay, I have clambered on some rocks to get a bit closer to these, so I hope you can see them nicely. Freaking mud skippers just chilling out. I'm so glad I went on this little adventure down the cove, because that is amazing. Good evening. You join me today in Kuala Lumpur, which is somewhere out there. It's been a funny day. I woke up in Port Dickson, I had my morning swim, and then made my way to the capital, which is unlike anywhere we've been so far on this trip. It's busy. It's city-y, which weirdly Singapore was not, as you saw. But I have made my way around some of the city. I've been up to the Batu Caves temple complex, which is somewhere I've heard many stories of, and was absolutely breathtaking. I've come to realise that they love Ronan Keating over here. There is a great deal of excitement on every radio station in every cab that I've been in about Ronan coming to Malaysia, which is just bizarre. But yeah, that's kind of been today. I'm kicking it back, feeling quite James Bondy today. I've just had a bath in my giant Scarface bathtub, and just enjoying the majestic hotel of Kuala Lumpur, which is proper old world luxury. Like I didn't stay in Raffles because it was stupidly expensive, like $4,000 a night, whereas here is about 80 quid a night, and as you will see shortly, you get a lot more than you do for your Premier Inn. So here's today, enjoy.
So I figured before I left I should probably just have one more morning dip, and I'm not gonna lie, this is genuinely one of the best ways to wake up. Last night, probably the best night's sleep I've had on the whole trip, actually, save for being woken up at 3:15 in the morning by Rick. You twit. Requests about what the breakfasts are like here. I've gone pretty light this morning, as I have most mornings, to be honest. We've got bits of pastry and papaya and watermelon and melon the size of your fist. We've got two different guava juices. One's pink, one's green. I haven't tried either yet, but anyway. But yeah, over there is the breakfast buffet, and there is an outside area as well, but it's too warm this morning.
But there's all sorts. There's like curries, there's noodles, there's all sorts of things, and English breakfasts, try up. But it's too hot for all of that first thing in the morning. It's an amazing stir-fry, but we'll stick with fruit and pastries. Classic. So I've just arrived at the Majestic in Kuala Lumpur, and it is pretty glorious. Straight out of the taxi, man trying to get my bag off me, which is very strange for me. Lobby through here. It's really cool, really cool. So this is my room. I have a 4-poster bed. Oldie-timey bathtub. All of this is so cool. It's like, I don't know what's going on the TV. I think that leads through, that's got another door through there. So I think like if you had 2 rooms, you would be able to get through there. But yeah, it's like a proper suite. It's really cool. And this is the view. Can we see? Oh, that's pretty amazing. It does, however, feel a little bit like The Shining. Come play with us, Danny, forever and ever and ever. So I've just arrived at the Batu Caves. There's a lot of steps to climb. I'll tell you a story when I get to the top. Yeah. And there were all these fucking horrible monkeys everywhere. I mean, she was right. There's a hell of a lot of monkeys. So I don't know if it's genetic, but like me, Mum was absolutely terrified of heights. And a story that I've heard many, many times is of this place, where she got dragged as a kid. They climbed up the steps, and she had a complete panic attack at the top, and Grandpa had to drag her, kicking and screaming, back down. Yeah. And I can kind of see why, because we're pretty damn high up. But having heard a lot about this place and the fucking monkeys that kept on trying to steal things from her, it's quite powerful coming here, actually. So yeah, I'm gonna go and explore the caves and cool down a bit. So I've just lit a candle at the temple in the top of the mountain, so I've been blessed. But yeah, this is just such an amazing place. It really is. Namaste. Good Lord.
What's absolutely astonishing is how stupid people are with monkeys. These people behind me just tried to punch one of them as a joke. Walk past people going, "Oh, can we touch the monkeys?" Like adults. People are stupid. Like, anyway, they are everywhere. It's quite amazing. But yeah. One with the baby. Yep. Guarantee these people are going to try and touch them now. Go on, get closer. Rip his face off.
So after that madness, I'm having a well-earned drink because it is freaking hot, and I've picked up my third pin of the trip. I'm collecting this same series all the way through, but yeah, one more hard rock to go.
So I'm heading now to the Twin Towers, which I believe is still the tallest building in the world. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, probably. But one thing that's really striking me, apart from the insane amount of motorbikes, is just the height of the city and how different it must be from when Mum was here, 60 years ago. And I was talking to one of my cab drivers just now about it, and he was like, yeah, this was jungle. And I can believe it. And without being really corny, we've replaced it with another type of jungle, the concrete jungle. So yeah, gonna go and climb the Twin Towers. It is very hard to be articulate when it is this hot. To quote Jumanji, a bit of rain never hurt anyone. Yeah, they're pretty tall.
So unfortunately, it's sold out for today to go up the tower, but the very nice man has snuck me in on the sunset trip up tomorrow, so we'll try again then. I'm going to head back to the hotel because I am bushwhacked and wet and hot, so yeah, see you in a bit.
Yeah, and this is why everyone takes taxis everywhere. It is torrential.
Forgive another bathing boast, but there's a TV in the bath. I mean, I can only get Chinese channels on it, but it's there. Just a little addendum while I'm editing this. The doorbell of my room just rang, and a very nice man asked if I needed anything. Service. So I'm currently on the 86th floor of the Patronus Twin Towers. I'm not sure which tower I'm on, but it's pretty darn high right now. Not the best sunset we could have hoped for, but thank you to the lovely guy on the reception that snuck me in on this one yesterday. So off to Bangkok tomorrow. Malaysia is done. Today I went snake hunting. Spoiler alert, I did not do well, about as well as the crocodiles, which, I don't know, in a weird spiritual way, I wonder if Mum didn't want me to find any snakes because she freaking hated snakes, so maybe. But Malaysia has been emotional, actually, really a lot so. It's been an interesting 6 days. It's a very different place to what I imagined in a lot of ways. Obviously it's very different from how it would have been when Mum was here, and it's very different from any other Asian country I've been to as well. I mean, it's as busy as anywhere else, but just culturally it's this melting pot, and it's just fascinating, really. But yeah, here's what I did today. Tomorrow, early flight to Bangkok, and I'll see you there.
I'm just on the pedestrian bridge, a rarity around here, heading over to the Botanical Gardens, but I just figured this view really summed up Kuala Lumpur, actually. We've got busy roads, jungle, and skyscrapers just poking out. So yeah. Do you know what these are? These are ginger plants. Yeah, just thought I'd share that because they're really quite beautiful. So here's one for you rail enthusiasts. We have the train museum, and I believe that there is the old original Kuala Lumpur station. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So I'm just entering the Botanical Gardens, and we have a recreation of Stonehenge. Yeah, bit random. I'm determined on this wander, because one of the things that Mum always sort of wanged on about was the number of snakes in Malaysia, and I have not yet seen a single snake. Not that I particularly want to encounter a snake, but I feel, given how much she hated snakes, it would be slightly disappointing if I didn't find one somewhere. So I've come into the aviary at the Botanical Gardens, and it's certainly a lot fancier than the one in Bournemouth. Look at that, man. There. So just having a sit down because hell's bells, it is hotter than the sun. I've got myself a coconut and it's really bloody good. So I figured we'd better get some of this in before we go. So we've got some Malay fried rice, nom 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 nom. That is calamansi juice, which is like, it tastes like yuzu to me. And of course, finally, we've got some satay. Boom. Okay, just quick lunch review. That was fucking amazing. Calamansi is amazingly delicious, but probably like yuzu, it's going to be impossible to track down in England. The satay was yum. I've got no idea which bit of the chicken it was. I don't really care. And that rice was perfectly spicy and nummy. So yeah, one of the best lunches I've had so far. Awesome stuff. So perhaps not the most exciting of things I've seen, but these little doves are everywhere. I've just discovered they're called zebra doves, and there's like more of them. There are pigeons, obviously, but there are more of these than pigeons, and they're just so much cuter. So I just thought I'd share. Here's our first monitor of the day, just chilling out. I think he might have just had some of that coconut. Yeah, boy. There's something I'm finding very interesting is in a complete counter to Singapore's Botanical Gardens, this is very much more lots of photo opportunities. There's a couple over here, sort of the third one that I've seen. Yeah, it's very manicured, there's actually signs occasionally saying photo stop, and you're sort of like, okay, I'm here to try and find some wildlife. I thought that's what the Botanical Gardens were for. Still no snakes. Very odd. We'll find something, I hope. That said, these are impressive. Not quite sure how they've done this, but that's a hell of a lot of very careful cultivation. So I'm impressed, Kuala Lumpur. I'm impressed. These seem to be the generic wild pond fish here. I have noticed them in a lot of places. This is the first time they haven't all swum away when I've come close to them. They're pretty cool. I don't know what they are, but there's a lot of them. And yeah. I've just arrived back at the hotel for a bit of a respite before heading off to the tower later. But I thought I'd share this because I genuinely feel like I've walked into the bar in The Shining. So we have just being served by Delbert Grady. So I just came into the toilets and the barman followed me in and tried to give me an axe. So I'm gonna go because it's got a bit too overlooked now. So at the top of the KL tower right now, which is the broadcasting tower, it's pretty damn high. That there is where I'm going shortly. But yeah, it's certainly a city. So this one here is the newly not quite finished tallest something in somewhere. And I do find myself thinking, is it a bit of a cheat? Because surely the spindly bit shouldn't count, should it? I don't know. Where? So I've just been up there, and really weirdly, considering it didn't happen on either of the flights so far, my ears have really just popped. I suppose it was the speed of coming down. But yeah, that's the first tower done. I'm gonna head through the eco park, which has got all the rainforest walkways and stuff, up to the Twin Towers now. So yes, well, having foolishly followed Google Maps on a hell of a wild goose chase, I've ended up pretty much back where I started because the tower is right there, and now it's closed, so yeah, never mind. So heading back now towards the Twin Towers, through yet another immaculately pedicured park. But there is one more stop before we get there. I must say, I'm looking forward to a good sit down tonight because I'm chafing in places that shouldn't be chafing. There's a whale. Why there's a whale, I don't know. But there's a whale and I had to go and see it. So yeah. Right, let's try this again, shall we? Toilet? Well, I have to try this. Well, that was about as premier as a Premier Inn. Toilet paper was dreadful. I suppose the thing is, if I actually cared about Bottega Veneta and Versace, etc., this would be an absolute haven. Because as we've established, everything is dirt cheap. I'm wearing a Jurassic Park Hawaiian shirt. This is not my bag. Fine, I got tempted by Uniqlo. Shut up, get off my case. So currently on the Sky Bridge in between the two towers. It's pretty high, 40 something stories up. It's only halfway up the towers though, going the rest of the way in a minute, but it's a pretty awesome view. There is an actual balcony there. Like there. No thank you, balcony. Just one last video for the day.
because I thought I should, because I've just had the most terrifying taxi drive back. I genuinely thought it was like in Scrooged, where it's the ghost of Christmas past, I think. But yeah, it was bloody hell. I'm alive. Well, I am arrived in Bangkok. I haven't seen much. Well, no, that's not true at all. I've seen a lot of the city because it took 2 hours in the taxi to get from the airport to the hotel. Traffic is crazy here, and there are motorbikes everywhere. So yeah, this afternoon I must admit I kind of just chilled. And then went on the river cruise and had my Michelin star taster menu, and there's going to be a lot of that in the coming clips. Yeah, it's been an amazing experience. Tomorrow I will see a lot more of Bangkok. I'm meeting up with Pia and her family. And they've organised a heck of a tour. So yeah, for now I'm gonna edit this together, and then I am gonna hit the hay because I am bushwhacked. So yeah, enjoy. So I've just arrived at the hotel. And, you know, typical bellboy straight out of the taxi. And the concierge has just brought me some cooling tea and a refreshing towel while I wait for check-in. So this is just amazing. I've just been brought up to my room by one of the... I have my own personal person. Concierge has brought up my, not concierge, bellboy has brought up my bag already. It's just, it's wow. It's lovely bathroom. Look at all of those facilities. It's just, I've got a mini bar. I don't know how much everything's going to cost on there, but all of this is free. But yeah, I'll just show you my private balcony. Oh, how do I open you? There we go. And there we are. I believe down there is where I'm getting the boat for dinner. But yeah, bloody hell. I've just realised that the towels are done up like an elephant. How cool is that? This is the resort, and it's just wonderful. I think I'm up there somewhere. We have the river. We're going over. I'm looking for a bite to eat. Yeah. Oh, there's a monitor. Look at him go. Look at him go. So I'm having a bit of a chill afternoon, just because why not, actually. But I have done Hard Rock, so I am now complete on my collection. We've got Singapore, we've got Malacca, we've got Kuala Lumpur, and 2 Bangkoks, because there's not actually a cafe in Bangkok at the moment. There's only a rock shop. So the one, this one here at the end, that one, is super rare because it's like really limited just while they're renovating the cafe. But yeah, Hard Rock Adventure complete, hurrah!
I'm off on my river cruise in a bit, so I'm just having a coffee and watching a bit of Hell's Kitchen in my luxury abode. So I've just been seated at the jetty for my Michelin star river cruise. We'll be heading over there very shortly. But to start with, I have canapes. This is sea bass and something, and a herb juice. So yeah, it's all very surreal, very, very surreal. But yeah. Right at the front, best view on the ship. So for first course we have Alaskan king crab with salmon roe and other things. And she poured tea over it. It's cool. So second course we have grilled tiger prawns with a pomelo salad. Coconut soup with shrimp, scallop and squid. So the wind is rather picking up as we get to the fish course, which is a cod with couscous and red curry. So we have a massamam Wagyu beef with cinnamon. Wow. So for pudding we have mango with sticky rice. And some petit fours to finish. So that was, without a doubt, one of the best experiences I think I've ever had. The food was incredible. The just atmosphere, the electric storm, and now I'm just chilling and have this lovely, lovely band.
When the world is gone, I will feel
So yeah,
alone.
it's
Just thinking
a lovely end to a very busy day.
and
Yeah,
the way you look tonight.
quite an apt song.
There is nothing for me but to love you. Just the way you look tonight.
So I figured this was a pretty cool way to sum up today. I've just got back to the hotel. We got fireworks. So started off very early. Met up with Pia and her family and her boyfriend, which was really lovely. Like, having not seen someone for 8 years, it was just great catching up and actually meeting this family that I feel like I've known for years. We went round, there was a lot of food. I've had Thai curry, I've had pad Thai, I've had fish cakes, I've had a lot of, well, we say sweets. I think we're finished. But very similar to kind of Japanese sweets in that they look lovely. They're a little bit lacking in flavour. But we went around this very traditional area of Bangkok. And it was great. I'm knackered. I'm gonna put my feet up. And yeah, here's what I did today. So this is our first destination of the day. This is like a traditional island that we're about to cross over onto. I'm here with Pia and her family. Give us a wave, wave. Her mum's over here. So yeah, gonna get a ferry in a second. So we've just arrived at our first temple, and look at the size of these turtles. They're amazing. These very strange mystical creatures. I really like the one over here. It's like an elephant, horse, dragon thing, but they're kind of just scattered around the complex. Horse. So we're just in one of the temples at the moment. Really loving this. So laid back and chill. So we have just taken a short boat ride to this really awesome little riverside community. We'll go and explore. Oh, I freaking love these houses. They're so cool. We have here a collection of Thai sweets. Here, what are you eating?
Not sure.
Something with bananas. But yes, we're going to make our way through these as we continue the day. So we've just arrived at this giant Buddha, which is accompanied by some mystical snakes, which is pretty darn cool. Strangely very reminded of the Tiger Balm Gardens here. I have to say this is one of the strangest places. We've just got lots and lots of statues of monks. Minding my head. This is really cool. So we're just wandering through the market now. So many different foods. We've had, what are those? We are riding from the island, and Pia, can you explain what we've bought here?
Okay, it's supposed to call like a lotus seed. So this is like a lotus is a flower, right? So it has a seed in the middle of its petal. So once it's ripe and all the petal fall out, so there is a seed. So if you're gonna take it out like this, it's gonna come out like this one. But this need to be peeled. This need to be peeled.
Okay.
It's not yet eatable. okay.
Right, so we'll peel it.
You need to peel it kind of like this, so the inner would look like this white thing. This one is already eatable, but because it's quite, how to say, it's quite matured, the inner, that's gonna be like a tiny heart, a tiny center of this one that is eatable but bitter. So if you would like it to like taste better, you need to open it up and take out the green bitter part out. This one is like the sprout, the tiny one.
This is very complicated.
Yeah, so now if you're gonna take this one out, which is eatable but quite bitter, you will end up with just the seed that is fully eatable. Okay. So you can try having it. But this one is in the Chinese medicine. This one is quite medicinal and good for your health, but bitter, just like how all herb with good health beneficial. This benefit is. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna eat this one even though it doesn't taste good.
Okay. The rest kind of tastes like peas. Addendum to that, I've just had the green bit in the middle, and when she says it's bitter, it's really bitter. Obviously had to have some green curry in Thailand, looking amazing. We have just arrived at this lovely restaurant, and here is everybody. Say hi. But yeah, gonna dig in to some amazing food. So we're going through Poom's University Park at the moment, and there's these water wheel bikes, which are really cool. So, final day of the trip. It's been awesome. We've been around the more cosmopolitan side of Bangkok, seen the temples, been shopping, had lots of food, been fine dining. It's been wonderful. Pia and her family have organised an amazing couple of days, and it's been a really great end to the trip. I'm going to do an epilogue of sorts tomorrow to sum up my thoughts and whatnot, but for now, here's what I did today. Okay, so first thing in the morning, this could be breakfast. We've just found a guy selling durian, and Pia's dad is just checking whether they're ripe enough for us.
What they're doing is that with the sound, he can know if it's ripe enough or not, if it's ready or not.
Oh, okay. Let's find out. Oh wow. It's good?
You can try it. I mean, like, what I told about durian is that if you love it, you love it. If you don't love it, you hate it.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go for first go with durian. Really good. Really good.
You love it.
Awesome. Good breakfast.
And he
So
So we're at our first temple of the day. This is Wata Room. It's pretty spectacular. I'm really loving these guys. And if we can get past the sun, there are elephant heads on top of the temple, which is really fun. Just really loving this little dog guarding the temple as well. So what's really cool is they hire out traditional Thai dress, so you can have your photos taken, looking all traditional and cultural, which is really quite cute. So Piers just explained that towards the bottom of the temple you have these quite scary giant creatures holding things up almost as a punishment because they're the evil characters. And then as you move further and further up, the characters get more pleasant and angelic, and the colour scheme gets brighter too, and it all represents the move towards heaven. And if we zoom in, we've got elephants. So I don't know who this guy is, but he's pretty terrifying. The gardens here are astounding. And what I'm finding really interesting is the presence of the king and queen. Very, very King and I vibes, actually. And this is just incredible. There's quite a few of this sign around. It is a great sin to have a Buddha for a tattoo, because our body is dirty and we still do sexy things, so stop it. So just coming to a temple courtyard, there are statues surrounding it. There's all little golden Buddhas in there, and then lots of dogs, and then the main shrine itself. Step back a bit. Yeah, I love the dogs. Dogs and elephants, that's what I want guarding my temple.
Okay, so we've got, what's yours? Butterfly
Butterfly tea
and mine,
coconut.
And coconut,
Yeah.
and mine is tea. And
Thai
these
tea.
are ice creams with
Yeah.
all the detail, which is really cool. Okay, so next on our fruit adventure, we've got jackfruit, which is okay. So I've just had my fortune read. Not as expected. Activities turning out to be unsuccessful. Keep cool, be careful. Brilliant. Whereas Pia has got, will find several kind people who give support, bright future ahead, no sorrow. So, yeah.
So I'm here at the world's largest reclining Buddha, and it's massive. I don't know if you can really see the scale of it, but it is utterly huge.
I'm really enjoying temple pigs. Temple pigs are good. So I'm really loving this temple. Got the waterfall with the pigs over there. That was where the giant Buddha was. All the way round, these weird guys who look like they've come out of Tim Burton. So we have here various statues of poses that are here to induce health, but look pretty impossible. Apparently there's more around here. Yeah, no. I can do that one.
at the face of the person down there.
He does
doesn't
not look
so
comfortable
happy.
at all. So we've just come into this department store called Suk Siam, which is really cool. It's like every different region of Thailand is represented. Like you've got these all masks, but there's all different souvenirs, different foods. It's really funky. Not feeling quite that adventurous. So much fruit, it is incredible. We have Ippudo and Kokoichi. Oh my god. So we've just ridden up the 52nd elevator to the 76th floor of the Sky Tower. This is a pretty good view, but I do not like that balcony here. Nope. So we're at the Skywalk and kind of feeling a whole lot of
I've done it, I'm not looking down and I'm coming back.
A little bit longer.
Okay, so we've come to a spa. I've just been given some very strange clothes and I'm going to have a go at putting them on. I have no idea what I'm meant to do with this. Okay, so something of an epilogue as I sit here in Bangkok Airport, which is not the most customer-friendly airport I've ever been in, I must say. But yeah, we're done. It seemed both a very, very long adventure and like it's gone by in the blink of an eye at the same time. And it's been eye-opening, it's been amazing, and I know I've used that word an awful lot,
but it really has. And I've had the opportunity to explore a part of the world that honestly I never really thought I would. I'd always talked about it, I'd always heard Mum's stories about it, and it's still, even after doing it, it doesn't quite seem real, which is bizarre in itself, I suppose. But I've learnt a lot. I feel that, my image of this part of the world was kind of right, kind of wrong. Singapore was amazing, and again, using that bloody word, but it was. And the wildlife there, the city, just everything about it was really cool. Malaysia was this just fascinating hodgepodge of cultures and cuisines and architecture and crazy traffic. And then Thailand has been, I feel like I've been really lucky and seen sides of Thailand that most tourists wouldn't, and I suppose that's the privilege of knowing someone here. I've got to see those lesser known sites, but yeah, I've pretended for 2 weeks that I'm a 5-star hotel person, and that's been wow. I think especially the 3 most recent ones, the Anatara in Bangkok was stunning, the hibiscus was just a dream come true. I'd never believed that I would stay there. The Majestic in Kuala Lumpur was just such old world beautiful, and the service, every member of staff will go out of their way to do everything for you. And I did find myself realizing, just listening to other people at checkout desks, I don't want to get used to it, because the people who are used to it are dicks and they just complain, which, I don't get it. The food has been out of this world, the fruit especially. I've eaten stuff that I've never even heard of, I will probably never even see again. The durians, the mangosteens, the calamansi, the snake fruit, all of this stuff that I've no idea what it is, has been so cool. And the fact that I've got to, trial both extremes, from street food to fine dining, and again, privileged is the word for it. The heat has been intense, but yeah, I think overall I've achieved so much more than I set out to do. I got to relive parts of Mum's life that she shared with me, and that has been amazing. Going to the Tiger Balm Gardens, that temple in the caves, I didn't see any snakes, but I really feel connected. I didn't want to do this in the middle of a fucking airport, but anyway, I feel she has been with me this entire journey, and on top of that, I've made my own memories. I've made the memories with her, but then I've gone and stroked a manatee, and I've travelled down the Chao Phraya eating ridiculously fancy food, and
I've just done things that I genuinely never thought I would. And I probably never will again, because, you know, I've spent the opportunity now. But yeah, I'm waffling. But before I go, I just want to do a couple of thank yous, a lot of thank yous. I want to say thank you to every hotel staff member. I've tipped as much as I could without seeming overly tippy. But dear God, the jobs that you do. To the cab drivers who have been outstanding, especially Rowan in Kuala Lumpur. Like, cabs over here are so cheap, and yet the drivers are friendly. They're keen. They're helpful. So that's, yeah, you've all been amazing. Helena, my guide at Tiger Balm Gardens. You know, that was such a personal experience, and being able to share the memories of so many people, you know, as she was telling me about it was just great. Everyone at Singapore Zoo, Zar and CT, my kind of tour guides, Afis and Anthony, the guys behind the scenes, and then Petra and Sim, I think his name was, the entertainment managers. They were just outstanding, and, you know, allowed me to do things that I wasn't really supposed to do on that experience, like stroking a manatee. That was great. I want to say a huge thanks to Rick and Tim and to Bella, just for supporting me throughout this trip, you know, listening to me when I've had wobbles, and for everything in the last 3.5 months. Like, you guys have been the most amazing support network I could ever have asked for, and I can't thank any of you enough for that. I need to do a big thanks to Pia and her family for everything that they've done in the last couple of days. Like, as I said, seeing this side of Bangkok that most tourists don't was awesome. And thanks to Mum, because none of this shouldn't have been possible now, but it has been. And I know that she's been with me, and I hope she's enjoyed it as much as I have. So, thanks, Mum. And everyone else, I'll see you back in England in 14 hours. Thanks for watching.